मथुरा से आकाश के विशेष कीर्तनियम संगीत विषयक्रम श्री दामोदर प्रभु के और उनकी अनुगत में सभी भक्त लोग आए हैं, इसलिए सभी के लिए जोर से आप लोग ताली बजाइए। अधिक समय नहीं लेते हुए अपने विषय को जो है संक्षेप में बताने के लिए मैं प्रयास कर रहा हूं, क्योंकि आप लोग सब नगर परिक्रमा करके आए हैं, इसलिए थके हुए हैं, इसलिए आप लोग को अधिक समय भी लेना नहीं। आज विशेष करके आप लोग भी व्रत भी रखे हैं, अष्टमी दुर्गा अष्टमी व्रत भी रखे हैं, इसलिए दो शब्दों के द्वारा ही मैं कुछ बोलना चाहता हूं। ये श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराणम 7 दिन श्रद्धा के साथ श्रवण करने से समस्त पाप नष्ट हो जाते हैं और अंत में श्रद्धा भक्ति होकर के साक्षात रूप में भगवत धाम को प्राप्त हो। ये भागवत,
the Srimad Bhagavad is not ordinary.
इसलिए समस्त पुराणों की सम्राट कहा है।
It is the king of all scriptures.
पुराण सम्राट यह श्रीमद् भागवत,
The emperor of all the scriptures.
ये श्रीमद् भागवतम,
Srimad Bhagavatam
दिव्य वस्तु
is divine transcendental.
समझ में भी आ जाए, समझ में नहीं भी आ जाए,
Whether you understand or you not understand, just if you
भागवत के सम्मुख में
just come close by wherever Bhagavad Gita is going on, if you sit nearby, even if you listen or not, all your sins get destroyed automatically. In scriptures, there are many examples like this. Bhagavad Katha glories are so much. Demigods also,
भगवान के निकट प्रार्थना करते हैं,
they pray to God
हमें मर्त्य लोक में जन्म हो जाए,
that if we take birth in this material world and then we go to listen Bhagavad Katha, it will be very nice. Avaishnam Prinam Bhutam Hari Kathamritam.
श्रवणम नैव कर्तव्यम सर्वोच्छिष्टम यथा पयः। देखो दूध पीने से
If you drink milk, the body is nourished.
वही दूध
But
यदि सांप की
if the same milk is contaminated by the touch of the tongue of a snake,
स्पर्श हो जाए,
then
वह दूध
automatically the milk is poisonous.
जान में अज्ञान
Knowingly or unknowingly,
वह दूध
if you drink
पीने से
that milk,
मृत्यु हो।
death, you will die.
ठीक उसी प्रकार
In the same way,
अवैश्यक मुखार
if you listen from a non-Vaishnav,
यह भागवत कथा श्रवण करने से
if you listen Bhagavad Katha,
जीवों की कल्याण नहीं होगा। इसलिए शास्त्र में
jivas
कहा
won't
गया,
be delivered from this material world.
वैष्णव की
That's why you must always listen from Vaishnav.
हरि कथा श्रवण करो, भागवत कथा श्रवण करो।
Only from the mouth of Vaishnavas.
इस श्रीमद् भागवत कोई साधारण किताब नहीं है।
Srimad Bhagavatam is not just an ordinary book.
इस श्रीमद् भागवत साक्षात
The Srimad Bhagavat is
भगवत स्वरूप ही
Bhagavad Sarup.
मूर्ति के रूप में ही
It's an incarnation of God,
में प्रकट हुई है।
the Vamai Murti of God. In Srimad Bhagavatam,
Mahapuranam.
it is Mahapuranam, the greatest of all scriptures. Bhagavata.
Prakash.
Bha means light, Prakash,
इस कथा को
immense
श्रवण
light.
करने से
Whoever listens to this katha,
जिनके हृदय में जितनी
all
प्रकार
kind
की
of
अंधकार
darkness in the heart of the jivas, all of that darkness, it
नाश होगा।
gets destroyed.
प्रकाश डालते हैं, इस अंधकार में
Like light, it destroys the
आलोक की
darkness.
जरूरत होता है। और आलोक आने के साथ ही साथ अंधकार
And when it comes,
दूर हो जाता है।
it goes
उसी
away.
प्रकार इस श्रीमद् भागवतम
Srimad Bhagavatam,
कथा श्रवण करने से
when you listen to this Srimad
हमारे
Bhagavata
हृदय
katha,
में जितनी प्रकार की अंधकार हो,
all kind of
काम, क्रोध,
darkness in the
आदि
heart,
अपने आप
automatically it
नष्ट हो जाता
gets destroyed.
है। इसलिए भा शब्द का अर्थ है प्रकाश,
The Bha means Prakash,
ग शब्द का अर्थ है गरिष्ठ,
Ga means
श्रेष्ठ।
Garishta.
जितनी पुराण है,
All the
समस्त
scriptures,
पुराणों में
in all the
इस
scriptures,
श्रीमद् भागवतम गरिष्ठ श्रेष्ठ
it is the best scripture. Srimad Bhagavatam is the best of all.
वो माने ये श्रीमद् भागवत कथा श्रवण करने से
Whoever listens to this Srimad Bhagavatam,
जीव की संसार में पुनर्जन्म लेने
jivas don't need to take birth again in this ocean of material existence, and God Himself, He
निवास करते हैं,
resides in
वो
His,
निवास करते हैं।
in the heart of His devotees, whoever listens to this katha. God Himself,
जिसके हृदय में विराजमान
He resides
हो जाता है।
in the heart of the jivas. Sunnatam Shakata Krishna.
पुण्य श्रवण कीर्तन, भगवान की ऐसी अमृतमय कथा को श्रवण करने से
Listen to this beautiful and terrible katha of God through ears.
और हृदय में आकर के स्वयं भगवान
Then
बैठ जाते हैं।
God
और
enters
हमारे
the
हृदय
heart
में
and He
जितनी
sits there,
प्रकार की
and all kinds of
काम, क्रोध,
anger, lust,
ये सब दूर हो जाते हैं।
everything it goes away.
बहुत शब्द करता है वास्तव
Bhagavata.
त्राण रक्षा,
Ta means Tran, it protects all the jivas.
भगवान में रक्षा ही करता है।
It protects, He protects, God He protects
मनुष्य
everyone. That's why
भागवत
all the
कथा
humans must listen to Srimad Bhagavatam.
संत महात्मा के निकट बैठ करके
Sitting close to Santa
ये कथा
Mahatma,
श्रवण करने से
you listen to this katha,
अपने आप समस्त पाप नष्ट हो
automatically all the sins they get destroyed,
और साथ ही साथ
and simultaneously
भगवान प्रेमा भक्ति प्राप्ति हो जाता है।
Prema Bhakti is
भगवान
attained.
को हम प्राप्त कर लेते
We
हैं।
attain God.
इसलिए
That's why
श्रद्धा के साथ
with Shraddha, with
यह
unflinching
भागवत
faith,
कथा श्रवण करें।
everyone must
ये
listen
श्रीमद्
Srimad
भागवतम
Bhagavatam with faith.
साक्षात
Because this Srimad Bhagavatam is incarnation of God.
जैसे जिस प्रकार
Just as like
हमारा शरीर के अंग आदि हैं।
there are parts of our body, legs, nose, hands.
ठीक उसी प्रकार
ears.
श्रीमद् भागवतम
In the same way, Srimad Bhagavatam is called there are 12 cantos.
द्वादश स्कंद जिसके श्रीमद् भागवतम।
There are 12 cantos in Srimad Bhagavatam.
ये द्वादश स्कंद श्रीमद् भागवतम
In these 12 cantos, whoever hears,
साक्षात भगवान प्रकट हो जाता है।
God He appears. Whoever listens
इसलिए
to the Srimad Bhagavatam, wherever it's being recited. So this 12th canto, Bhagavatam has 12 cantos.
पादो यदियो प्रथम द्वितीय तृतीय चतुर्थो क्वथितो जद्गुरु नाभिस्तथा पंचमम् एव षष्ठभुजन्तरान्तम् दुर्जुगलं तथा कण्ठस्तुराजन्नं न मम ज्योतिमुखारविन्दम् दशमप्रफुल्लम् एकादशोऽस्य ललाटपट्टम् शिरोऽपि तु ददश एव भाति त्वमादित्यं देवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं श्वेतावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्रं भजामहे भगवत स्वरूपम् तमालिदेवं करुणानिधानं तमालवर्णं श्वेतावतारम् अपार संसार समुद्रसेतुं भजामहे भगवत स्वरूपम् भजामहे भगवत स्वरूपम्। पद्म पुराण में वर्णन है सर्व पद्म पुराण पद्म पुराण
Padma Puran, it is explained. It is expressing the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam.
क्या बोल रहे हैं? पालू जदियो भगवान प्रथम स्कंद द्वितीय स्कंद
First canto, second canto, they are the
चरण कमल बताए
lotus feet of God.
तृतीय दुर्जो
Tritiya Torjo,
तृतीय स्कंद और
third canto and fourth canto.
भागवत की कहा जाता है
Srimad Bhagavad is
उरु कहा जाता है
the thighs of God.
पंचम स्कंद श्रीमद्
Thighs of
भागवतम
God. And the fifth canto is called the
कमल कहा जाता है और षष्ठ
seventh is the navel, sixth is the
और सातवां स्कंद
the sixth and seventh
भगवान की देह
is the
भुजाएं कहा जाता है
two shoulders of God.
और आठवां
And the
स्कंद
eighth one is
भगवान के
the God's chest.
और नवम स्कंद
The ninth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam
भगवान के कंठ देश का
are the throat of God.
दशम स्कंद श्रीमद् भागवतम
Tenth,
भगवान के मुखारविंद
the beautiful face,
मुखमंडल का
beautiful it is.
प्रस्फुटितम मंजुहास्य युक्त इतने
Beautiful
सुंदर
smiling face,
मुखारविंदम दशम
very beautiful face of God is like this.
एकादश स्कंद
11th canto
11वें स्कंद श्रीमद् भागवतम
of Srimad Bhagavatam is the
ललाट देश का
forehead of God.
और द्वादश स्कंद श्रीमद् भागवतम
And 12th canto
भगवान शिरोदेश
is the head of God.
साक्षात भगवान भागवत में प्रकट हुए
God, he took incarnation as Bhagavatam. Moving further in the next days, I will explain. Kali Yuga,
प्रारंभ कब है
when did it start actually? When Krishna, he
सदा नित्य धाम में जब पधार गई
entered the trees, returned back to his transcendental abode. At that moment, Kali Yuga started.
पधारने के साथ ही साथ
Simultaneously,
कलियुग की प्रारंभ हुई
Kali Yuga started.
और ऐसे कलियुग के लोग
And people of Kali Yuga,
स्वामी कहा जाता है
they are so
बीच
fallen.
प्रवृत्ति हो जाता है
Their nature is like this.
दुराचार
They are absorbed in doing bad things.
ऐसे लोगों की कल्याण करने के
To
लिए
help such fallen
स्वयं
jivas,
भगवान
God himself, he
कलियुग में कहते हैं भागवत के रूप में
appeared
प्रकट हुए।
in form of Srimad Bhagavatam in this material world.
तमादिदेवं
Tamadidevam,
करुणानिधानं
Karunaanidhanam,
तमालवर्णं
Tamalavarnam.
सुहितावतारम् समस्त जीवों की
All the
मित्र
jivas,
के रूप में ही
in form of friends of all the jivas, God, he
श्रीमद् भागवत के रूप में प्रकट हुए तमालवर्णं तमादिदेवं तमालवर्णं करुणा के निधान स्वरूप है सबके जीवों
He's
की कल्याण करने वाले
very, very extremely merciful.
करुणा के तीन प्रकाशित हुए इस श्रीमद्
He,
भागवत
with his potency of mercy, this Srimad Bhagavatam has
और
manifested.
ऐसे विस्तार
And
समुद्र के पार करने के लिए
To cross this ocean of material existence, there is only one solution in Srimad Bhagavatam. Like, how will you cross this bridge of ocean of material existence? You need a ship.
किंतु संसार रूपी महासमुद्र
But this ocean of material existence, how will we cross this ocean? By Srimad Bhagavatam. If you take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, then easily you can cross this ocean of material existence. Like through a bridge, we cross the ocean. In the same way, if you take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, then very quickly, easily you can cross this bridge. No need to do anything else. Just you sit and you cross. Just sit in Katha. Why? Because this Katha is very, very transcendental. It's Shabda Brahma.
ये शब्द ब्रह्म कान के अंदर में जाकर के
Shabda Brahma,
अपने आप लड़ना
transcendental sound enters the ear and it enters the heart. And all the darkness in the heart, it destroys all the darkness in the heart. Tamadi Devam.
तमार वर्णम सुई आवतार अपार संसार समुद्र सेतु भजामहे भागवत स्वरूपम
Bhagavat Swarupam.
ऐसे सुंदर श्रीमद् भागवत
Srimad Bhagavat is like
मनुष्य
this.
मात्र में श्रवण करना चाहिए
All humans must listen.
केवल बैठे नहीं बस देखो
Just sit.
अपने आप पार हो जाए
Automatically you will cross this ocean of material existence. Just as like in the boat, if you sit in the boat, then
कुछ करना नहीं है
no need to do anything else.
और नाव वाले क्या करते हैं वो बोट चला करके आपके गंतव्य स्थान में पहुंचा देते हैं
If you sit in a boat, the boatman, he crosses the river. If you take the shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam, similarly, everything will be done. You will cross this ocean of material existence very easily. Such divine, this Srimad Bhagavatam is this.
देखो
See,
संत सुखदेव गोस्वामी पाद
Sukhdev Goswami Pad,
जब भागवत कथा श्रवण कराया सुनाया
when he recited Srimad Bhagavatam, and after hearing
सिर्फ
Srila
प्रत्येक महाराज
Parikshit Maharaj,
में
he
भगवत धाम को प्राप्त किया
attained the transcendental abode.
और उस समय
At that time,
तो लोग में
in Satyalok,
ब्रह्मा जी
Brahma,
देखकर आश्चर्य हो गए।
he became
केवल
surprised.
कथा श्रवण किया
Just he heard the katha
और साक्षात
and
भगवत धाम को प्राप्त किया।
he attained the word of God. After seeing this, Brahma ji started to think,
भागवत की महिमा क्या है?
what are the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam? What did he do?
मंगाया
He
स्केल।
brought a weighing scale.
एक तरफ
On one side, he put all the scriptures, Puranas, Ved, Purana, Upanishad, everything he put.
और
And on the other hand,
एक तरफ
he put the Srimad Bhagavatam.
भागवत पुराण। देखो आश्चर्य की बात।
So surprising.
भागवत की पन्ना जो है
Srimad Bhagavatam was heavier than all the Puranas.
सारे पुराण एक तरफ रखा गया
All the Puranas were in one place.
किंतु देखो यार एक तरफ श्रीमद् भागवत के रखा गया
And one place Srimad Bhagavatam was kept. Srimad Bhagavat
हमारी वो भी नीचे की
was heavier than all. Whatever is heavy, it comes down on the weighing scale. And what's light, it goes up on the weighing scale.
है वो वस्तु क्या है
What is that?
ऊपर आए
It comes up.
जैसे
Just
आप
as
लोग
like
भारी सोता है
you are the listeners, so you are heavy. You are on down level,
और ऊपर
lower
हम
level.
बैठे हैं,
And I'm sitting on a higher level, so I am low.
जैसे देखो कथा में हम बताते रहते हैं
In Katha, this is coming also.
जो जमीन पर बैठते हैं
Those who
उनको
sit
क्या
on the
कहा
ground,
जाता
they are called Jamindar, the owner of the ground.
है? और जो चौकी पर बैठता
And
है,
those who
उनको
sit
क्या
on a
कहा जाता
sofa,
है?
on a chair, they are called the Chaukidar, which means security guard.
जमींदार बना
So
है,
who is bigger, the owner of the land or the security guard?
क्या जी?
Who is bigger? Tell me,
हाँ?
who is bigger?
कौन बना है? अरे कुछ तो बोलो
Say something.
जमींदार बराबर हैं? जमीन में
Zamindar, the owner of the land, is bigger.
नीचे बैठ जाते हैं पहले खाना तराजू क्या
I
हुआ
told you.
ब्रह्मा जी जब
When Brahmaji was weighing all the Puranas in the Srimad Bhagavatam,
वजन करते देखा क्या
what did he see?
भागवत
Bhagavad was on down level because it was heavy.
सारे पुराण देख कर
And all the Puranas, not one,
समस्त पुराण देख
all the Puranas he put on the other hand.
17 पुराण देख कर रख दिया
He put 17 Puranas,
18 पुराण
18 Puranas.
17 पुराण में एक ही
There are total, and on one side he put all of them, all the scriptures.
केवल श्रीमद् भागवत
And on the other hand, he put Srimad Bhagavatam.
और देखो तथापि श्रीमद् भागवतम
Even Srimad Bhagavatam was heavier.
वास्तव में सत्य है
This is true.
इस श्रीमद् भागवत की कथा इतनी
Katha of Srimad Bhagavat is very powerful.
इसमें तो ये पद्म पुराण
In Padma Puran,
स्वयं भागवत की महिमा वर्णन कर रहे हैं
expressing the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam.
सर्व वेदांत का सार ही
Sarva Vedanta Saram
भागवतम
Srimad
में
Nishyate.
समस्त वेद पुराण उपनिषद के सार ही
The essence of all scriptures is Srimad Bhagavatam.
सर्व वेदांत का सार ही श्रीमद् भागवतम इसमें भागवत की कथा
So we should listen to Srimad Bhagavatam. That will benefit us. For how many days is Parikshma listen? 7 days. 7 nights. Srila Shukadeva Goswami. 7 days, 7 nights. He recited continuously, but us for 1 hour we get very agitated. We cannot sit. How can we sit? But see, just see Sukadeva Goswami Parikshit Maharaj, he spoke to continuously 7 days and 7 nights. Would you be able to sit like this? Who's listening with faith? This is the spotless Puran. Just sit. Such a great thing. This Srimad Bhagavatam pastimes. Shukadeva Goswami spoke to Parikshit Maharaj when he sat to chant this Harikatha. The demigods, they brought the pot of nectar, ambrosia, from the heavenly planets and told Shukadeva Goswami, "O Brahman, please speak this Srimad Bhagavatam to us. In exchange, we will give Amrit, Parikshit Maharaj this nectar, this Amrit." Hearing this, Sukadeva Goswami began to laugh. Just see how very cunning the demigods are. They're giving broken pieces of glass and they want to attain this very priceless jewel. How can you compare the nectar of the heavenly planets to this Srimad Bhagavatam? Who will understand the glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam? What do they say about the Srimad Bhagavatam? They want to trade this with the nectar of the heavenly planets, this Amrit. This Amrit is not an ordinary thing by which you can attain the Lord Vishnu had to take four incarnations to get that nectar. The Lord Vishnu had to take 4 incarnations. Which ones? At the time of churning the ocean, the demigods and demons were churning the ocean. At that time, they took Manak Parvat, the mountain named Manak Parvat. He took the incarnation of the tortoise. Kurma Sharira Disha Hari. On his back they put the mountain. Otherwise the mountain would sink into the ocean. Then they needed a rope. Who was that rope? Lord took the form of Vasuki, the snake. And the Manak mountain was not ordinary, was the form of the Lord as well. And the fourth, when the nectar had manifested from the churning, then to attain that, the demigods and the demons, they started to argue that we want this. At that time, Lord Vishnu appeared as the form of Mohini and served the demigods with this nectar, but he cheated the demons. What's the nature of the demons? To destroy others. Just to get this nectar, the Lord had to take 4 incarnations. That nectar Indra brought that nectar and requested for it to be given to Parikshit Maharaj, and in exchange they asked Shukadeva Goswami to recite the Srimad Bhagavatam to the demigods. Just see how cunning the demigods are. Just by listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam, they can attain the abode of the Lord directly. But by drinking the nectar of the heavenly planets, they become immortal. But still, it would increase the lust and anger in the heart. There's evidence to this. For this reason, Shukadeva Goswami Pad said, Who is qualified to listen to this? Only Parikshit Maharaj is qualified to listen to this, the nectar of the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, for this reason, it is very rare even for the demigods to attain. It is not ordinary. Srimati Radhika herself says, Katham Tapta Jivanam Kaviriritam Karma Sahapam Srimati Radhika is saying, O Krishna, O Govinda, your pastimes are nectarian, greatly nectarian. By hearing this, by drinking this Harikatha, the threefold miseries of material existence will be destroyed. Nothing else to do. Just listen. Adhyatmik, Adi Devik, and Adi Bhautik. The distress from the demigods, the distress from other living entities, and the distress from the mind. The demigods, they glorify these katha. By chanting this Harikatha, one who recites it is known as the best donor. There are many donors in this material world. One who gives charity of clothes is known as a donor. But if once having given some clothes, then when they are worn out, you have to give some more after 4 months, 5 months. When somebody feeds somebody else in charity, after 2 hours, 3 hours, then again you have to feed them. But this Kathamritam, one who gives this in charity, just by listening, just once attains the abode of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, one who attains my Lord never returns back to this material world. One who continually comes and goes and suffers the threefold miseries in this material world, but once having attained Golok Vrindavan Dham, they do not come back to this material world. Who wants to go? Put your hand up. Pavan Bihari Lal Jai, Radhe Jai, Shri Radhe Jai. That person who recites this Harikatha is called the best donor. How wonderful. In the Puranas, in various Puranas, these glories have been described. Great sinners, by listening to this Harikatha, they have become relieved of their sinful reactions. In previous histories, in Bharatvarsh, in South India,
तुंगभद्रा
On the banks of the Tungabhadra river,
एक ब्राह्मण रहते थे।
there was one Brahmana
उस
by
ब्राह्मण
the
के
name
नाम था
Atmadev.
ब्राह्मण।
Atmadev.
क्या नाम था?
Atmadev.
आत्मदेव ब्राह्मण। याद रहे कि नहीं?
Will you remember?
वो ब्राह्मण बहुत धनी था।
That Brahman
उनके
was
पास
very
कोई
wealthy,
धन संपत्ति था। किंतु बहुत
but
कंजूस था।
he was very miserly.
धन तो बहुत है।
He had so much wealth,
संसार के लोगों के पास धन कम नहीं है। किंतु कलिकाल में लोग कंजूस बन जाते हैं।
but in this age also many people are wealthy, but they do not want to spend their money.
ठीक उसी प्रकार से
In this way,
वो ब्राह्मण
that Brahmana, Atmadev,
क्या बताया?
what's his name? Atmadev Brahmana. He had a lot of wealth.
उनकी पत्नी भी बहुत सुंदरी थी।
His wife was also very beautiful.
पत्नी के नाम था
His wife was,
धुंधुली। क्या नाम
name
बताया?
was Dunduli.
नाम भी बहुत सुंदर है।
Very nice name,
क्या
Dunduli.
नाम बताया?
Dunduli.
देखने में बहुत सुंदरी
She was also very beautiful to look at,
और किंतु कलह भी आती।
but very quarrelsome. Jagada. Jagada. One who argues and causes problems for others. Husbands sometimes are good, but the wife sometimes is bad, quarrelsome. What to do? Well, everyone is destiny. Bhaja. Ja. And this saying is literally in Shastra. If your fortune is good, then you'll have a good son. You'll have a good wife who does all her duties. But if your fortune is such that broom she uses to clean the floor, she will sweep your back with it. Tape Raja. Those kings who have performed great austerities in their previous lives have attained their position. And those who have performed charity, they will get a good son. There's one Putristri Yagya to attain a good son. Everyone gives birth to offsprings, animals, human beings, dogs. Kutta, ne? Kutta.
Bitch gives birth to a
Huh?
puppy.
Bitch. A female dog.
Female dog.
Okay. One who attains Krishna as their son is not an ordinary thing. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it's explained what type of offspring should we have. We should have a Vaishnava child, one who Janani Kitartha. In any one's dynasty, one Vaishnava, their dynasty becomes liberated. In the Shastra, it is stated that by giving birth to a Vaishnava child, 7 generations are liberated. If that devotee is Madhyam Vaishnava, then 14 generations are liberated on their father's side and mother's side. Both dynasties are liberated. But if that devotee is Uttam Bhagavad, then 21 generations are liberated. Therefore, to give birth to such a child, The Pandavas have how many children? 5. They were all devotees.
युधिष्ठिर भीम अर्जुन नकुल
Yudhishthir, Bhim, Nakul, Sahadev,
और धृतराष्ट्र के कितने पुत्र
Arjun.
हुए?
And Dhritarashtra had 100 sons, but how were they?
दुष्ट
All demons.
दुशासन
Duryodhan, Dushashan.
पापों की मूर्ति
They were embodiment of sin.
वंश के ध्वंस हो गए।
Their dynasty was
हम
destroyed.
इसलिए कहें
So, for this reason,
ये वैष्णव संतान
we should have a Vaishnava child.
ऐसे लिखा गया पुण्य पुत्र भक्ति
So, for this reason, it said,
जैसे ऐसे पूरे जन्म में तपस्या
as we have performed austerities in our past life,
जैसे ऐसे दान
that, and by performing charity, we have attained this birth.
इसलिए
For this reason,
शास्त्र की विचार
by the conception of the scriptures.
किंतु देखो आत्मदेव ब्राह्मण
But
उनकी
Atmadev Brahma,
संतान
he did not have any children. He had so much wealth.
अंत में मन मन विचार करने
In the
लगे
end, he thought,
कि मैं मर जाने के बाद ये सब ये धन किस में काम में आएगा
who can I give my wealth to when I die? Who can I leave my wealth to?
ऐसे विचार कर सोच क्या
Thinking like
पुनः
this,
वो दान पुण्य आदि करने लगे
he started to give in charity.
किंतु ऐसे करते
But still,
करते उनके जीवाकाल से ढल गए वृद्ध काल आने लगा।
Uparakt,
तब मन में बहुत
Uparakt,
ग्लानि हुई।
Uparaka.
विचार करने लगे हाय हाय
Acha, acha.
मेरे जीवन का समाप्त होती जा रहा है।
Then my life is coming to an end.
इसलिए एक दिन मन मन विचार करने में मैं क्या करूँ
And then he thought, he was very unhappy. He was sitting in one solitary place. He was thinking about his life.
मेरे मृत्यु के पश्चात
After death,
चोर डकैत लूट करके ले जाएंगे
these thieves and rogues will take my wealth, or the government will take it.
मेरे पास तो पुत्र संतान नहीं
I don't have any children
इसी प्रकार वो
to leave it to. In this way he was thinking.
एक समय एक संत महात्मा
At that time, one sadhu came.
प्रकट हुए कौन संत महात्मा साधु प्रकट हुए सन्यासी
One sannyasi.
और संत महात्मा के देख करके
And seeing that
बहुत
sannyasi,
रोने लगे।
And he started to cry even more, sobbing.
लोग साधु के निगड़ी को अपने भाव को प्रकट करते हैं
Sadhus, people express their
संत महात्मा कहने लगे
condition to the sadhu.
बताओ तुम क्यों रो रहे हो क्या
The
बात है?
sadhu said, "Why are you crying?"
महाराज
He said, "Oh Maharaj,
पुत्र संतान नहीं है।
I don't have any children.
मेरे पास तो धन तक है
I have so much wealth, but
किसी मेरे पास कोई संतान नहीं है।
I don't have any children."
संत महात्मा उनके समझाया
The sadhu explained to him,
तुम भगवान के भजन करो
"You perform devotional practice to the Lord.
जो कुछ आते हैं सब हाथ में तो आ जाता है
What will come will be due from your previous life's activities. Not, you will not get more, nor will you get less.
है कि नहीं है
Today, whether you will eat or
वो
not,
सब पूर्व निर्धारित है
it has been predicted and is predestined.
कुछ भी करना
Whatever you say,
एक तो क्या आश्चर्य है
this is the amazing thing.
हम पूर्व जन्म में जैसे जैसे काम कार्य करके आए हैं
Whatever we have done in our previous lives, that we will get.
अधिक भी नहीं मिलेगा
We will not get more, no less.
कम भी नहीं मिलेगा किया वो भी मान नहीं पाएगा
वो आ जाए वो जैसे राम जी को बहाएगा.
हम चाहते हैं हमें लाभ
We
हो जाए प्रतिष्ठा
want
धन संपत्ति हमें प्राप्ति हो जाए
fame, fortune, reputation, wealth,
प्रभु की कृपा सब कुछ
but by the mercy of the Lord, everything will come.
उनको मिलेगा
That we will get.
संत महात्मा उनके समझाया
The sadhu explained to him, "O Atmadev Brahman,
इस संसार की वस्तु छोड़ दीजिए माया मोह
don't
में
have
छोड़ दीजिए।
any desires for these things of this material
क्योंकि
world,
इस संसार की जितनी भी वस्तु क्या है
because
नाशवान है
they are
और
temporary
दुखदायी भी है
and give suffering.
किंतु देखो जो कोई माया मोह में पड़ जाते हैं
But one who falls in this trap, this desire, however much you explain to that person, it will not have any effect. When Maya beats that person, then maybe something he will understand. Otherwise he will not understand. So in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, don't one who is a karmi, fruitive worker, do not disturb them. Let them carry on performing fruitive activities. And give them encouragement. Continue. By doing these fruitive activities until he gets fed up and tired, he will not stop. So you should keep encouraging them in their activities. Just like one person is digging a mountain to get something, searching for something. And what did he find in the end? One small mouse. Working so hard, what did they get? One mouse. What's the meaning? Karma is like this. You're working so hard and you're getting a small result for it. O King, these suffering activities that cause miseries. Why we perform karma? To get happiness. But in the end, what do we get? Unhappiness. In this things of this material world are like this, like that. But we cannot stop our activities. Do not stop them. Do not stop a fruitive worker. Encourage them to do more and more. He gave so much instruction to Atmadev Brahman, but still he was not convinced. He wanted a child. At that time the sannyasi said, okay, I will give you one fruit. This fruit, give to your wife. The wife ate the fruit. After 1 year, your wife will give a birth to a beautiful son. Saying this, he gave the Atmadev Brahman one beautiful fruit. This is the glories of receiving a piece of fruit from the sadhu's hand. Atmadev Brahman took the fruit and Dunduli, such a nice name, gave it to Dunduli. By eating this fruit, you will become pregnant and you will give birth to a beautiful boy. But Dunduli thought, is this possible that by taking a piece of fruit you will become, you conceive a child? Is it possible? Where is it written? Dunduli was doubting, thinking everybody eats fruit, not everybody gets a child. man, where has he come from, giving me this fruit and telling me that I will conceive a child?
हाँ ये बोल रहे हैं, पति देव तो बोल रहे हैं
He's saying
कोई संत महात्मा इनको
that one sadhu gave it to me.
खा लिया
Yet still, if I did take this fruit and I
और फिर
conceived a child,
मैं
then
ठीक से चल नहीं पाऊंगी
I won't be able to walk properly.
पता नहीं
But-
गर्भ में बच्चा यदि उल्टा होकर जन्म ले
What if the child is upside down in the womb?
कहीं हमारी मृत्यु ना हो जाए
Then I may risk my life. I may die.
अनेक रिपोर्ट आते हैं
We hear in the hospital so many reports of such cases. At the time of giving birth, the mother leaves her body, dies.
है कि नहीं?
Is it not?
ये धुंधली मणिमान इसी प्रकार
Dundali was thinking like this.
मेरे विचार करने लगे जे मैं चटपटी पटपटी खाने वाली हूँ,
I like tasty food.
हो सकता है मैं खा नहीं पाऊंगा
I won't be able to eat what I want, what I desire.
अनेक प्रकार के वो विचार
So
कर रहे हैं।
many thoughts came into her mind.
कहीं गर्भधारण हो गर्भ में बच्चा आ गया और
If-
चोर डकैत आ गया
If I conceived a child and there's a thief in the house, I will not be able to run away. The thief would kill me. So like this, she was thinking. At that time, her distant relative, sister, came and she expressed what her husband said to her. This lady, I am expecting a child. Do one thing, give me some money, and when my child is born, at that same time, I will send that child to you. And in the meantime, just to show others, tie some cloth around your waist. Her friend said, "Oh, okay." Well, Dundali, she gave the fruit to the cow, and then Dundali tied some cloth and showed to others that she was expecting a child. And such a wonderful thing happened. That cow, Atmadev Brahman's cow, was also pregnant. And after 9 months, 10 days, Atmadev's cow gave a birth to a human being that only his ears were in the shape of a cow. Because the scriptures say what the sadhu has given you will not go in waste. See who ate the fruit? The cow. And the cow gave birth to a human, a beautiful boy. Just his ears were like cows. And Atmadev Brahman gave that child Gokarna. Gokarna, remember? Because his ears were like a cow. Karna means ears. Gokarna, one with cow-like ears. At that time, by the Lord's will, that sister of Dundali at that night gave birth to a child and brought that child to Dundali. And Dundali said, I gave birth to this child. The villagers became amazed. How wonderful. The Lord, when He gives something to somebody, He gives in great abundance. Even look, just the cow of Atmadev gave a birth to a child like a human being,
और उसकी पत्नी भी
and his wife gave birth to a child.
आत्मदेव की पता नहीं था
Atmadev did not know what
देखो, दोनों बालक के
was going on.
ब्राह्मण संस्कार भी कराया
He gave name ceremonies to the children.
गोकर्ण
The cow's child was known as Gokarna, and his wife's child
हैं?
Dundukari.
धुंधुकारी मां के नाम के साथ अच्छी
In relation to his mother's name, Dunduli and Dundukari. Just like mother, just like son.
आश्चर्य की बात आत्मदेव ब्राह्मण बहुत प्रसन्न हुए जिसके घर में
Atmadev Brahman was very happy
बालक भी जन्म दिए
that a beautiful boy had come to his house. Not one, but two.
देते हैं कैसे देते हैं
Just like he's saying, when the Lord gives, He gives in great
ये
abundance.
भी तो बात है
It's a
समय
proverb.
कम है उसी तरफ नहीं जा रहे
We're not going that way.
ऐसे
The
करते
time is short.
दोनों बालक एक साथ ही
Both boys grew up
देखो,
together,
दोनों बालक की स्वभाव
but
विपरीत दिखाई पड़ा
both characters, the character of both children were very
वो
different.
बहुत धीर स्थिर स्वभाव
That child was born from the cow was very calm, quiet, and very kind to others,
वेद पाठ आदि
was chanting the Veda mantras, reciting,
धार्मिक बालक थे।
and was religious
महात्मा की कृपा से
by the mercy of the sadhu.
और गाय से थे
But
धुंधली की जब
but Dunduli's child, Dundukari,
धुंधुकारी वो कैसे हुए?
How was he? Totally opposite to them. Rascal, rogue.
बचपन से छोटा
From young
गलत
age,
काम करना
he was always misbehaving.
एक बात बताता हूँ शास्त्र
So
में
listen.
बात बताता हूँ
Something from the scriptures.
संस्कार जो है ये
The
सब कुछ कहाँ से मिलता है?
sanskars, the impressions that a child has,
बालक जब मातृ गर्भ में रहता है
come from
70%
the time of the child being in the mother's womb. 70% of these impressions are created at that time.
मातृ गर्भ से हम लोग दूसरे के दोष लगाते हैं
We accuse others,
शास्त्र में कहा
but in
जाता
our
है,
scriptures it is said,
जब माता के गर्भ में जब
when the
बालक
child
जब
is in the
बालक जब आया,
womb of its mother,
उस समय माताओं
at
की
that time,
बहुत
the mothers have to be very careful
शास्त्र आदि
and
चिंतन आदि भगवत चिंतन आदि
remain composed, calm, quiet, contemplating reading the scriptures.
बालक की वो संस्कार
As the mother does, then those impressions goes to the child. We do not know. So in this katha, the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj, he gives this instruction to them. In the 7th canto we will describe. Prahlad Maharaj said, how I am due to what I listened to in my mother's womb. He said, you were born in the family of demons and I also. But I lived in the ashram. You lived in the ashram, Sandar and Marka. They do not recite the Srimad Bhagavatam. So, but the boys were asking Prahlad, how you heard or know all these things? And Prahlad Maharaj said, these impressions I got from my guru, Narad Rishi. But Narad Rishi does not come here in this ashram. Prahlad Maharaj said, when I was in the womb of my mother at that time, Narad Rishi spoke to me while I was in the womb of my mother. I heard this Harikatha from him.
इसलिए शास्त्र में लिखा गया,
For this reason, in Shastra, this is said, these impressions are very
देखो
important.
देवी दुर्गा के हाथ में कितने अस्त्र हैं?
How many weapons are in the hands of Devi
10
Durga?
अस्त्र कहा है।
10 weapons.
10 भुजा देवी,
10 bhuja.
देवी कहा जाता है।
And
10
8,
8 हाथों में जो अस्त्र है, किसने रखा
sometimes
है?
8
दुर्गा देवी,
hands,
जैसे
sometimes
आप
10,
दुर्गा अष्टमी मानो,
like you are worshipping Durga Ashtami.
निंदा नहीं करते,
I'm not criticizing,
अच्छी बात है।
it's very good,
किंतु आपकी संगी
but
ये दुर्गा देवी
this Durga Devi,
व अष्टभुजा देवी,
this 8-armed form of Durga, these 8 weapons or 10 weapons, why she
10
keeps?
प्रकार के संस्कार नहीं होता है।
She,
मृत्यु के पश्चात
those who do not have these impressions at the time of death, this Durga Devi,
अथवा 10 अस्त्र के द्वारा
by her 10 weapons, she punishes that living entity.
हम तो करते हैं, व्रत करते हैं,
We fast,
हम जानते नहीं।
but we do not know why.
इसलिए शास्त्र में लिखा गया है,
So it is written in scriptures.
ये संसार एक कारागार है।
This material world is like a prison house.
कारागार है, जेल में हम सब हैं।
Jail.
ये दुर्गा देवी
This Durga Devi, she is the superintendent
रक्षा करती है जेला
of this jail, prison house. Try to understand this very carefully. In the scriptures it is said,
जब मातृ गर्भ संस्कार से लेकर के
When
मृत्यु संस्कार तक 10 संस्कार
then when at the time of conception, right up to the time of leaving the body, there are many sanskaras, many ceremonies to be performed. There are 10 types of ceremonies that need to be performed. If one does not have those, then Durga Devi punishes such a person. In Satkriya Sar Deepika book, these sanskaras are described from conception to the time of death, or called samsan, crematorium. When the body is burnt, it's called daha sanskar. It is described and written in the scriptures. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, when I was in the womb of my mother Kayadu, Narad spoke to her, and I also listened. So it is written in scriptures. Why I'm saying this? Because Dunduli, Dunduli's putra, Dunduli ki putra, Dundukari, how Dundukari's nature was a rascal from a very young age. We can tell how a person is going to be by their behavior from a young age. He was a rascal, drinking alcohol and other abominable activities. He used to even stab his friends and steal from them. He's just a small child, but he was so badly behaved. Where did these sanskars come from? That's why we say 70% of our impressions come from the time we are in our mother's womb. And the rest, 30% impressions come from our surroundings. Try to understand this. For this reason, Srimad Bhagavatam, in many different places, this has been described. Dundukari was a rascal.
दुष्ट स्वभाव है और गोकर्ण
Rascal.
साधु स्वभाव है।
He's very bad behaved.
पहले मैं बोल चुका वेद अध्ययन
But
विनयी बहुत नम्र
Gokarna was very calm, quiet. He was studying the Vedas.
देखो कैसे हे धुंधकारी इतने दुष्ट है पिताजी के हर रोज
But
पीटना शुरू कर दिया
it was totally different, opposite. He was beating his father, and he was asking money from his father, and if he did not give, he was beat his father. Such a
और उसके संग भी ऐसे नहीं
stupid nonsense child,
दुष्ट संग भी शराब पीने वाले
drinking alcohol,
ऐसे लोग उसके संग गांजा भांग
taking drugs,
लेने वाले ऐसे व्यक्ति के संग दुष्ट संग।
intoxicants.
रात 12 बजे
At midnight, he used to return
कभी शराब पी करके आते
after
गाली
drinking
गलौज शुरू करते
and was swearing, beating his father, giving money.
अंत में पिताजी
In the end,
विचार करने लगे मैं क्या
his father was lamenting,
यदि पुत्र संतान नहीं होती तो
if I did not have a child, it would have been better.
ये कहाँ से आ गई
Where did this child come from?
ये मेरे पत्नी यदि बांझ होते
If my wife was barren,
हाय हाय
this would have been better. Barren.
अंत में ब्राह्मण विचार करने का
He thought to himself,
वो करने के कहने लगे
he told
मुझे बताओ
Gokarna,
क्या करना
he asked him, what should I do? At that time, Gokarna said, he gave some advice to his father and told him the nature of this material world is full of suffering, that he should renounce and perform devotional practice. That person who in this life is a true father, a true son, who respects their elders and gives good instruction. In this way, Gokarna gave good instruction to his father and instructed him to perform devotional practice. This material world is temporary, and you should perform devotional practice. In the end, Atmadev Brahman, he left that place and stayed with the sadhus and performed his devotional practice. Here, Dundukari became older, and now he started to hassle his mother. Where did my father keep his money? Give me that money. And he started to beat his mother. In the end, Tundali committed suicide. Gokarna saw this and also left that place and went to perform his devotional practice. Here, Dundukari saw that the house was empty now, there's no money. He started to steal. And he kept 5 prostitutes in his house. One day, Dundukari, he stole some money from the king's treasury, and he was showing these 5 prostitutes what he had stolen. Seeing this, they realized where and whose wealth this was, and they thought the king's soldiers would come searching for that, and they would be caught. They will beat us and they will beat Dundukari. In this way, the 5 decided that
जब धंधुकारी सो गए,
when Dundukari was asleep,
समय के ठीक उसके हाथ
they
पैर के
tied
पकड़
his
के
hands and legs
बांध दिए, कस करके बांध।
tightly
और बांध करके
and
मुंह में
and
कपड़ा बांध
tied a cloth on his mouth
दिया। उसे अच्छी तरह से पिटाई करनी,
and beat him badly.
इतने पिटाई किया,
So much so,
कि प्राण नहीं छोड़े।
still he did not give up his life. In the end, what do they do in the end? They put fire
मुंह में
in his mouth,
छटपटाते ही
and like this,
धंधुकारी प्राण नहीं छोड़े।
Dundukari left his body. The prostitutes, 5 prostitutes,
निकट में
took his dead body and put it in a nearby well
और डाल करके एक बड़ा
and
पत्थर जो
put
है,
a stone over the opening of the well. And that night, those 5 prostitutes left that place.
जो आत्मघाती ऐसी मृत्यु जिसके हो जाता है वो क्या बनते हैं?
When somebody leaves their body like this, then they become ghosts and spirit.
भूत कौन बनता है? जो दुष्कर्म करता है,
One who does sinful activities takes on ghostly body.
उसके मृत्यु के पश्चात उसके भूत जो नहीं पिशाची हो जाता है।
And such a person gets a ghostly body.
धुंधुकारी क्या बने?
Dundukari became a ghost.
पिशाच हो गया, भूत बने। और भूत होकर के देखो उसी गांव में लोगों की
Becoming a
सताने
ghost,
लगे।
he started to harass the locals
अंधकार रात्रि में कोई आ रही है,
at night.
निकट में उसके पास खड़े हो
He
जाते
used to
हैं। भूत कभी भी किसी से नहीं डरता
he used to harass those.
आप लोग सुनिए ना, भूत पिशाच
You've heard
चुड़ैल,
witches.
भूत में से चुड़ैल क्या करते? बिल्कुल आप जैसे हैं।
Oh, they look, they take on different forms, just like yourself.
आपके पत्नी को कहाँ छुपा देंगे? और
They-
ठीक आपके पत्नी के रूप धारण कर
They will
पाते हैं।
hide your wife, and they will take the form of your wife and present themselves in front of you, but they're actually a witch.
चुड़ैल, चुड़ैल, चुड़ैल बोलते हैं ना?
Witch.
हाँ? बिल्कुल आपके साथ बात ऐसी की।
And they will speak to you just like your own wife.
आपको पता नहीं चलेगा।
You will not know the difference.
और आप सारी खून को क्या करेंगे?
They will suck your blood slowly.
बिल्कुल आपके साथ नहीं कर रहे। अंत में मार देंगे।
They will drink your blood and kill you.
धुंधुकारी क्या बनी अभी?
Dundukari
भूत बनी।
became a ghost
गाँव में
and,
लोगों को सताने लगे।
and he started to harass the locals at
कभी
night.
आग की बहादुरी प्रकट हो जाती
Sometimes he used to present himself in front of them like a fire.
है। कभी जोर-जोर से
Sometimes
हंसते रहता, हाँ,
he used
हाँ,
to
हाँ, हाँ।
laugh loudly.
लोगों के घर में पत्थर आदि फेंकने
He used to
लगे।
throw stones at the houses.
गांव के सब भयभीत हो गए।
All the villagers became
कुछ लोग तो गांव से
frightened.
भाग के भी चले
Some
गए।
left that village.
ऐसे करते-करते सारे गांव
Like
बिल्कुल
this,
सन्नाटा।
the
दो चार
village
लोग
became empty. Maybe 1 or 2
और
people.
बाकी सारे लोग
The rest had left.
इधर गोकर्ण
Here, Gokarna,
करते-करते
traversing different holy places.
कई साल तो बीत गए।
After 1 year,
मैं अपने गांव के दर्शन
he returned to his
ये गोकर्ण
home.
भ्रमण करते-करते ठीक अपने वही गृह में आ गए। देखा तो गृह तो है,
He saw
उसमें
the house.
पड़ा हुआ था। चलो
There was
विचार
one
करके रात में ये विश्राम करते
bed outside the house.
हैं। और बिल्कुल
The house, nobody was there.
खटिया में जाकर के
So he lay down on that bed.
गोकर्ण विश्राम करने लगे।
He
रात
rested
12 बजे, कितने
at
बजे?
midnight.
रात 12 बजे। और वो क्या कर रहे हैं? हाथ को जो है फिर खटिया को ऐसे
Dundukari started to shake the bed
और कभी वो हा 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 हा
and scream, make noises, ghostly noises.
गोकर्ण विचार करने लगे, कौन है तुम?
And Gokarna thought, who are you? Who is this? Show yourself.
गोकर्ण भजन करने वाले व्यक्ति
He was a devotee.
के साथ दो व्यक्ति के पास आ जाता है।
The ghost comes to 2 persons.
एक व्यक्ति के कम
One
में
person.
होता है ना, राशि कम हो जाता है।
One
उसके
who's
ऊपर वो सवार हो जाता है।
has a poor character.
इसके पास सवाल इसलिए हो जाता है,
he comes to
इसी
them.
प्रकार से हमें इस भूत पिशाच जन से मुझे उद्धार कर दे, इसके यही कारण रहता है।
And then the other person he comes to is to a person who is able to give him relief.
अग्नि पुराण में भी लिखा
Because
है,
in Agni Puran it is said
भूत पिशाच जन उसी काल से बहुत कष्ट होता है।
the ghostly body is very painful body.
ग्रंथ है, उसमें लिखा है।
It is written
पुराण आदि में
in Agni Puran like this described.
पानी है, पानी पी नहीं पाते,
They cannot drink water. They are thirsty, but they are suffering in this ghostly body. Don't ever commit suicide in your life. Those who commit suicide after many lifetimes, again and again, they have to suffer in such a body. Many people become morose, depressed, and they take their life, commit suicide, but they do not know but by committing suicide what their consequences are, that they have to get this ghostly body. Gokarna said, "Who are you? Come in front of me." Then the Gokarna said, "I am your brother." Dundukari said, "I am your brother. By my the way I died, I took this ghostly body. Please deliver me from this ghostly body." The ghost knows because he has the subtle body. There are ghosts here, they would be listening. They know. "Oh, my dear brother, save me from this body." Gokarna said, "Okay, tomorrow morning he asked the villagers what happened, and they explained, when your brother left, and from that time on we have been harassed by this ghost." What Gokarna then said to his brother to deliver him from the ghostly body, he performed Shraddh ceremony in many different holy places. Pitru Paksh, just like we've just passed through this phase in the year called Pitru Paksh. Every year they perform Pindadan, but still nothing happens. They still carry on performing this Pitru Paksh. In this way, Gokarna performed many Shraddh ceremonies for the benefit of his brother, but still nothing worked. For an ordinary sinner, you can give Pindadan in Gaya, and that person would be liberated. Is written in scriptures. But only for ordinary sinners. But this great sinner, such a ceremony will not work. Gokarna went to all the Kasi, Kanchi, all the holy places. He performed Pindadan, but still nothing was successful. How to deliver Dundukari? Then he started to worship Suryadev, and Suryadev said, "Oh Gokarna, listen, your brother is a great sinner. This simple ceremony of Shraddh, Pindadan, is not going to work. I'll give you one solution. For 7 days, he said, Suryadev said, recite the Srimad Bhagavatam to him. 7 days. If very carefully reciting, and he listens very carefully, not that he listens one day and doesn't listen the next day, and half listening and half not like this. How should one listen to Srimad Bhagavatam? With following rules and regulations, very in a fixed way. Gokarna, what did he do? He recited the Srimad Bhagavatam to his brother, and amazingly, and he placed one bamboo stick near him with 7 knots. After each day, 1 knot became untied, and after 7 days, the 7 knots opened, and one transcendental demigod's body manifest. Leaving his ghostly body, attained a divine body of the demigods, and from Vaikuntha, a vehicle from Vaikuntha came to take him. He sat on that, and he attained the abode of the Lord. All the listeners, other listeners, they could see. How is this possible? Listening to the Harikatha 7 days. Your brother listened to Harikatha, and we also listened, but by mantras, you called him, you called your brother, and we also listened for 7 days, but no vehicle came for us, but the vehicle came for your brother. And where did your brother go? To Vaikuntha. Why? You are listening to Harikatha, but you are not remembering. Not only by listening, one has to remember and contemplate. And what did I listen today? And then tomorrow you'll have to remember. And now if you go from here after listening to Harikatha, give some dakshina and go leave this place. So Gurudev, whatever I've heard, I'm giving back to you as dakshina. No, not like this. Whatever you hear, you should contemplate all night. And then tomorrow, come and again listen, again remember. He not only listened, Dundukari, but he also remembered. So many kathas we have listened and recited, but nothing has happened. We heard, but we did not remember, we did not contemplate on the topics. So that's why in scriptures is said that fruit will be achieved when we remember and contemplate what we have heard. Just by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam 7 days in this way, just listen and contemplate.
महात्मा इतने कहा जाता है।
This is in the glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
इतने सुंदर सुंदर कथा भी है।
So many wonderful
एक
Harikatha is there.
और एक
One.
सुनाता हूँ।
Let's explain one more.
एक संत महात्मा
Once a
किसी
sadhu
धनी के घर में गए,
went to the house of a wealthy person
लेने के लिए।
for begging
वो
alms.
व्यक्ति इतने दुष्ट था,
That person was such
वो
a
संत
rascal.
महात्मा ने दिया ही नहीं कुछ।
He did not
और
give
संत
the sadhu
महात्मा
anything.
संकट है ना, वो एक पत्थर उठाया,
He took one stone
पत्थर उठा करके संत महात्मा
and
की
threw it at the sadhu.
तरफ फेंकने लगा, मारने लगा। संत महात्मा ने
The
क्या
sadhu
किया, देखो,
took that stone
उस पत्थर पे उठा करके लेकर गया। संत महात्मा ने
And
पत्थर को जो है भगवत सेवा में लगा दिया।
engaged that stone in the service of Thakurji. What did he do with the
देखो,
stone?
संत महात्मा ने किया कि उस पत्थर को जो है, जिस पत्थर उन्होंने फेंका था, उस पत्थर को लेकर के ठाकुर जी की सेवा में लगा।
He used that stone in the service of Thakurji. What service? By grinding sandalwood paste.
और उसके ऊपर चंदन घिसने लगा। देखो, ठाकुर की सेवा आ गया कि नहीं?
That
हम
is
जो लकड़ी होते हैं, घिसते हैं,
that
किसी को
sandalwood we grind on a stone.
घिसते हैं।
That stone the sadhu used to grind sandalwood. Whatever the sadhu finds, he engages in the service of the Lord. In this way. So after some time, that rich man died. Then he went to the Jamai law. Everyone has to go to the abode of Yamaraj. Yamlok. Everyone, there's CCTV. You cannot do anything. There is one clerk of Jan Maharaj. You know his name by Chitragupta. Just like his name, Chitragupta. Literally, this means like drawing in disguise, or drawing secretly, recording secretly what has been seen. That he records like a video, live recording, live recording. Live recording is taking place. When you go to Jamlok, Chitragupta will show you. He'll show to Yamaraj, this person has done this and this at this time in that place, good or bad. Everything will be recorded. That person who died was taken to Yamaraj. And Yamaraj said to Chitragupta, tell me about this man. Chitragupta said, this person is such a rascal. He has committed many sinful activities. He should be punished. Listening this, his heart, Yamaraj's heart became melted. He did not commit any pious activities. No, he is a rascal. In life, he did not give one single paisa in charity to any sadhu. He actually threw a stone at a sadhu. He did not give anything. Like a buffalo. He was a rascal. So Chitragupta said to Yamaraj, he is a rascal, sinful person. Then Yamaraj said, again, check. He was surprised that he had not done any charitable activity in his life. He did not perform any pious activities. But he saw that something, it had written that he had thrown a stone at a sadhu.
और वो संत महात्मा ने
That
पत्थर
sadhu,
किसमें लगाया?
what did he do? He engaged in the service of the Lord,
घिसने के लिए पत्थर मारा।
grinding
तो भगवान
sandalwood.
किसी नहीं लगे। अतः ये तो थोड़ा बहुत पुण्य है।
This is pious activity.
जब महाराज गंदे को हमारे
Then, according to the conception of Yamaraj,
जब महाराज
Yamaraj,
कहने लगे, चलो एक पत्थर तो दान किया।
at least he gave this stone in charity.
पर ये तो पत्थर तो मारने के लिए फेंका था।
But he threw the stone to hurt the sadhu. But the sadhu, what did he do? He engaged that stone in the service of the Lord.
अच्छा इसके लिए काम करो।
Do one thing.
अनंत काल के लिए इसके नरक में
For
डाला जाएगा।
eternity, he should be placed in the hellish planet.
घड़ी के लिए,
Or,
25 मिनट के लिए
and for 24 minutes,
उनकी
he should
स्वर्गों में भेजा जाएगा।
be taken to Swarga, heavenly planets,
इसे जब महाराज जी बोले,
for what he had
बताओ
done.
कौन सा स्थान पर तुम जाना चाहते हो?
Which place do you want to go first? Yamaraj said.
नरक जाना पड़ेगा और
One, you will have to go to
अनंत
Swarg
काल के लिए नरक में जाना
or
पड़ेगा।
go
कौन सा
to hell eternally.
पहली कहाँ
So,
पर जाना चाहते हो?
where do you want to go first?
नरक का
That man was very clever, very cunning, very clever.
अनंत काल के लिए नरक में
I'm going to go to hell anyway for eternity. I might as well go to...
नरक।
Oh, where are you going?
वो बोले हमें पहले स्वर्गों में भेज दिया जाए।
Please take me to Swarg, heavenly planets first.
इसके स्वर्ग के दरवाजा तो आप देखने छोड़ करके आओ।
He told the attendants of Yamaraj, his servants, take this person to the gates of heaven and leave him there, drop him there. And for 24 minutes he should
24 मिनट के बाद स्वर्ग से यहीं पर आ जाए।
collect him again and bring him back.
वो व्यक्ति क्या कि स्वर्ग के अंदर गए।
He went into the heavenly planets through the gates.
एक देखो स्वर्ग में एक
He saw.
विष्णु मंदिर है। देखो
He saw one Vishnu temple.
भगवान के मंदिर तो है।
In heavenly planets there is the temple of Vishnu. But who performs devotional practice there?
जैसे कुछ लोग होते हैं
Just like some people,
संडे के दिन एक बार कोई मंदिर में
they maybe go to Sunday, the temple, and go have darshan and come back.
ठीक उसी प्रकार से
In this way,
शास्त्र में भी लिखा गया है।
in the scriptures it is said that in the heavenly planets there are temples, but everybody is engaged in sense gratification. There's so much wealth and so many opportunities to enjoy. Those people who have money in this world, they will not go to the temple. They'll go to Switzerland. They'll go to Switzerland, Sugarland, Disneyland, Disneyland. Fin- honeymoon, anniversary, anniversary celebration. In so many places, but they don't want to listen to Bhagavad Gita. So in scriptures it is written, beautiful temples. Who will go to the temple? One sadhu was sitting there in front of the deity of the Lord and was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. He saw he was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, and by the desire of the Lord, in this shloka, he was reading where the Srimad Bhagavatam is being recited. Not even the Jamdutas, the servants of Yamaraj, can come, or even their father, the Lord Yamaraj, cannot come. And those Yamadutas cannot come. In this verse, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, by the rising of the sun and the setting of the sun, one day passes by and our life span is reduced. But how old are you? You say, oh, I am 60 years old, I am 80 years old, 90 years old. But you know, is your age increasing or decreasing?
आयु आपके क्या होते हैं?
your age is decreasing.
क्योंकि आप माँ की
Why?
गर्भ से
Because
जन्म
when
लेने
you
के
were
साथ
born,
ही साथ
from that very moment,
निर्धारित कर दिया। आप
it is
संसार में
destined,
कितने साल तक
destined
रहोगे।
how long you will be on this planet, how long you will be in this body.
जहर भी खा लो, मर
Even
जाओ।
if you take poison and die,
सब predicted and
but you will only die at the predestined time, predicted time. How you will leave the body, where you will leave the body,
आप अपने जन्म कुंडली
when
में
you will leave,
तो फिर सब लिखा है।
it's written in your Janma Kundali, your astrological chart.
समय ठीक हो मातृगर्भ में समय जन्म है।
When you take birth from your mother's womb,
पता चलेगा
if you know,
आपको बता देंगे।
oh, if you know that time and place
आगे पीछे आप
exactly, then this birth astrological chart can be written.
प्राप्त कर्म की है।
Because our body is made of our activities from our previous
वो भी
life's activities, parabdha karma. Whether we're destined to eat today or not,
उतना ही मिलेगा।
that we are destined to get, we will get.
किंतु बात तो आप यदि भजन के मतलब आज के
But if it's not written that you will eat today, whatever is presented in front of you, you will not be able to eat it. But especially if the Lord decides, then you will not be able to eat. However much millionaire you are, still you will not be eat. Maybe you have diabetes, high pressure, low pressure. You cannot even roti. What will you eat? Husk, oats. That husk from the grains, you will have to eat that. Even that you cannot eat. You cannot eat completely because your sugar level will rise. So even thousands of types of preparations are presented before you. Without the will of the Lord, you will not be able to eat it. So this saying is there, not a blade of grass moves without the will of the Lord. How? That will be according to our karma, our activities. Just today, just think, if you are destined to eat today or if you're not, some excuse will come, some reason will come that you will not be able to eat. Today you do not have this written in you, in your chart, that you will eat. It's not destined. Ayu harati punsan, your age is decreasing at every passing of day and night. We are all going towards death. That we will explain later. In the pastimes of Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra, 16-year-old, he was caught, trapped in the Chakravyuh. Then he, why did you not protect my son? Subhadra said, that passing of Abhimanyu, 16-year-old, that day was destined. The Lord who could do everything, but still He's teaching us. It's Subhadra's son. Subhadra is his sister. His sister's son. He taught Subhadra this lesson. You can ask this question. The Lord was present in the battle of Kurukshetra on the side of Arjun as his charioteer. The Lord knows everything. This is the law of material nature. And the Lord is teaching us that we have taken birth, and at that same time death is destined. Try to understand this very carefully. This is written in the Puranas. Like we are in this prison house, so we are saying the shloka of the Srimad Bhagavatam, where there is this recital of the Srimad Bhagavatam, even Yamdut cannot come there. As long as you're sitting at Harikatha, this is 100% guaranteed. And the Srimad Bhagavatam gives this evidence. Your age will not be decreased. 1 hour, 3 hours. These 3 hours, your age will not decrease. Listen, 7 days. 7 days you listened in this pandal. How many? Maybe 4 hours. Maybe 21 hours. These 21 hours, you will not have lost your age, or your age will not have decreased. Like your age will have increased by 1 day. If you sit in that pandal where the Srimad Bhagavatam is recited, your age will not diminish. Where the Srimad Bhagavatam is recited, there Yamadutas cannot come. So he's thinking, this man is thinking, I am sitting in the Srimad Bhagavad Katha. Time is passing, and outside the gates of heaven, the Yamadutas are waiting. The Yamadutas cannot go there. They're sitting outside. After 2 or 3 hours, they came outside. The Yamadutas became very angry. I gave you only permission to go 24 minutes, but you were 3 hours in there. The Yamadutas were very angry. They took him to Yamaraj. Oh, Maharaj, give him great punishment. He's the rascal. You gave him 24 minutes in heaven, but he stayed for 3 hours. Yamaraj, very lovingly, he asked him, tell me, my dear son, where were you? How did you spend your time in heaven? He said, I went to the heavenly planets. There was one temple there. There was the recital of Srimad Bhagavatam. There was nobody else there. And at that time, he was reciting this, that even listening to one word of the Srimad Bhagavatam, even remembering one shloka, then you will attain so much pious credits. Unbelievable. He listened. He was amazed that you were listening to Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. Recite one shloka. Did you hear? Krishna? Well, recite one shloka. He recited one shloka. Vaniti Saptaha. Yamaraj became pleased at his recital of the Srimad Bhagavatam. And then the man was very clever. He asked Yamaraj, can I ask one question? Oh Maharaj, what is the fruit of listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam? I want to hear.
जब महाराज
Yamaraj then thought,
बोले ये तो मैं बता नहीं पाऊंगा,
I cannot tell you this.
हरि अनंत कथा अनंत,
Hari's katha is ananta, eternal, transcendental.
सुन लिया, उसके फल क्या मैं दूं?
What is the fruits of listening to the Bhagavad Katha? Yamaraj said,
भागवत की कथा जो है कौन बोलते हैं? ब्रह्मा जी
Who-
बात करते हैं।
where does that person go to the result of hearing Bhagavad Katha? He goes to Brahmalok. He goes to any of these Mahajans. Yamaraj said, we are 12 Mahajans. We know everything. But who heard this Srimad Bhagavatam first? Brahmaji heard it first. Narayan recited the Srimad Bhagavatam in the form of Chatur Shloki, 4 shlokas to Lord Brahma. This Bhagavatam was recited to Sri Brahma, and Narad Rishi explained it to Vyasadeva. Tomorrow we will explain. So they went to Brahmaji, to the four-headed Brahma. This person wants to know what are the fruits of listening to Bhagavad Katha. Brahma said, I cannot explain completely. Let's go to Mahadev. He recites and speaks. He recites and hears the Srimad Bhagavatam. Shivji is the greatest of all Vaishnavas. Shivji Maharaj is the greatest of all Vaishnavas. He recites to who? To his wife, Devi Parvati. Then Brahmaji said, let's go to Shivji. That person and Brahmaji, they went to Kailash. He told Mahadev, oh Mahadev, what are the fruits of listening to Bhagavad Katha? We want to hear. Mahadev said, I cannot tell you. Do one thing. The Lord Himself is the personification of Srimad Bhagavatam. These 12 cantos, they are direct manifestations of the Lord. Let's go to Vaikuntha. The Lord Himself will tell us the glories of listening to the Srimad Bhagavatam. That person was very clever. From morning till night, I am going from here to there, then we're going from to Satyalok, then we went to Shivalok, and now you want to take me to... I don't know where you want to take me, I cannot walk. Then Brahmaji and Shivji said, if you don't go, how can we explain to you? Then I cannot go, he said. Brahmaji and Shivji, they thought, let's make one very nice palanquin. And told the demigods to carry the palanquin. And that man very comfortably sat on the palanquin, and the demigods, they carried him. And all the demigods went after him. Ganeshji, Shivji, Durgaji. Listen, what are the fruits of listening to Srimad Bhagavatam? They wanted to hear from the Lord. There was such a great procession. In between he was saying, oh, I'm hot, please fan me. And in that very moment, when they reached Vaikuntha, the gates of Vaikuntha, Lakshmi Devi was seeing. He saw great procession and a person sitting on a palanquin. Behind him was Brahmaji, Shivji, and all the demigods. Lakshmi Devi told to Lord Narayan, who is this person behind whom all the demigods are walking? Vishnu said to Lakshmi Devi, bring my garland, my prashadi garland. My great devotee is coming. I have to receive him. Lord Vishnu himself came to the doors of Vaikuntha to welcome this person with his own prashadi mala and took him into Vaikuntha. All the demigods sat. Brahmaji, Shivji, Yamaraj, they asked, what is the cause of you coming here? What is the reason for you coming? They want to hear. This person wants to hear. What are the fruits of listening to Srimad Bhagavatam? The Lord replied, this is the fruits of listening of Srimad Bhagavatam. You come to my abode. Bihari Lal Ki Jai. One who listens to Srimad Bhagavatam Katha, they attain the abode of the Lord. One with faith, they attain the abode of the Lord. For this reason, with firm faith, one should listen to the Srimad Bhagavatam. One day we'll have to leave our body, tomorrow, day after that, or at least after 100 years. With firm faith, listen to Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. 100% guaranteed that at the time of leaving your body, you will attain the transcendental abode of the Lord. Like a snake discards its skin, in that same way, with listening with firm faith, you will attain the abode of the Lord. In this way, there are many glories of the Srimad Bhagavatam and the glories of listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. The time is up for today. We will rest here, the Srimad recital of the Srimad Bhagavatam. We do a little kirtan, then arti and prasad, and tomorrow again 4 baje, 4:30. We'll do arti, and 5 o'clock we will start the katha. Please come on time and sit and listen. This Bhagavad Katha is transcendental and priceless. Lal Ki Jai, Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai, Shri Bhakti Vedanta Maharaj Ki Jai.
Namo Namo Sukura